Hey guys, Nugi here. Today's video we're gonna go over my character, what I'm doing while I'm leveling up, and where you can find some information that might be useful to you. So, as you can see here, my character is now 33. I sadly died yesterday, and the way I died was a mix of different things. So I entered Lunaris level 3. Lunaris is in Act 3, go through here. Lunaris is one of those places for a melee character, for instance, that is really dangerous. And the one thing I want to point out here is how you gear up. So yesterday I neglected to get enough fire resist and enough armor evasion entering that zone. It's a higher damage attack like physical fire from the miscreations that shoot the titties and right? So I entered the zone, everything is going alright, I feel a little bit uncomfortable. I get into a narrow passage and boom, five of them just rained down hell on me and I died. So how can I prevent this? Well, first off, right now I'm around the same level, I have more health. You see my fire resist is way higher. So resist and health is important, but another part that I completely neglected yesterday, and this is the crucial part, is my armor. So whenever you level up, you start out a new character. One of the most important things is actually upgrading these parts to a higher base. So you can see here, I'm trying to find a 3-socket, or at least a 2 red link, so I can wear this armor evasion rating. So you see here, I'm basically getting an additional 138 evasion rating. When I only have 257, the addition here is quite substantial, right? You can see that. Early game evasion is quite strong, even though you're not planning on speccing into it. So you just want to have high base item here, like Tricorn is a level 10 base item. I would like to go up so I could get another 50-ish evasion if I upgraded that. I just need to find a good enough roll. It does have high life, which is very important. Another thing that I do is I make sure to upgrade my weapons. So there's a few ways. Right now I'm using this brass maul. I would preferably use a sword, but this, as you can see here, has like the fizz with the additive fizz roll and attack speed and LE damage, so that's pretty crazy for the level. But it wouldn't take me much if I went to sword to get a one that's as good. So with that in mind, I want to show you this. Like, you can go on the Path of Exile webpage and you can look over the items here, and you can see what level you get them and their ranges, how much damage they give you, how much attack speed and so on. So right now I'm stuck with a brass maul. As you can see here, it's 57, but it's not, I'm specced into axe and sword, so I could easily upgrade that. So imagine you go from, let's say, an edge great sword to a butcher sword. As you can see here, this is normally what I do, because you can make a really nice one here. It has low attack speed for leap slam. So for you also need to look into, okay, my skill, what do I use? If I use leap slam, that does not gain anything from the attack speed on the weapon, but it gains attack speed from everything else. I think this is pretty common knowledge by now, but you really wanna look into upgrading your base type of the weapon, because as you can see here, if you have the same roll on the weapons, the jump is pretty substantial within a very few amount of levels. This is also how some of the good racers, it's how we manage to one-shot the entire way through. So right now I'm looking to get level 36 and going into a butcher sword. There's also some recipes I'm going to show you. So okay, so the butcher sword here has 73 DPS. Here in PoE we have this one. This has let's see, 102.50 divided by 2, that's, so we're probably looking at around 150 DPS or so. yeah. If I was to use the butcher sword, and I was to use the whetstones and the recipe, I'll show you here vendor recipes, and you can go down to, okay, here we have the vendor recipes, and we go down to weapon with boom boom 20 to 89% physical damage increase. So what you need to do is you need to get the weapon of the right base type, get the rustic sash, and you get a blacksmith whetstone. So what I would do, I would 20 quality a white weapon with the right sockets and links, and then I would probably this time use a yellow to get the wicked mod. So I would use a yellow rustic sash. Depending on what kind of rustic sash you use, white, magic, and rare, it's gonna give you more damage on them. So let's say I get the 89, or let's say I get 80 plus the 20 quality on the weapon already, so we have around 100%. That 100% would give me a sword which would then have the same DPS as this, just from one roll, just from the physical damage roll, and the quality would have the same thing as a brass mold. But because I'm already spec'd into all this great amount of damage here for the swords, this would substantially increase my damage. So using recipes is very important in the beginning. Making sure you upgrade every single piece is very important. You want to have a good balance. You want to try and see if you can figure out where you get where you meet the most dangerous monsters, so you can slow play it a little bit. Right now I'm faced with Lunaris. I know that there is a vulnerability in there, which is the whippers. They do a large amount of physical damage in one hit. I know that evasion is very good against that because it doesn't destroy my armor. Then we have the miscreations that shoot. They do a portion of fire, so it's important to have fire in there. I also know that there's lightning warp, so I need some lightning resistance in there. Though, however, after the Lunaris 3 comes piety. You can do piety without the coal, pretty much. I would say lightning is the more important part. But yeah, the most important thing here is to upgrade your gear accordingly to where you are. Make sure you check out what kind of base items you could potentially get. I know this can be, there can be a lot of things you need to research here, but I'll guarantee you in the end this is worth it. Getting to know the recipes and using them often. Don't be afraid to use currency in the beginning, but hold on to stuff like alchemies, chaos. You don't want to alch and chaos everything in the beginning. I'm probably not going to do so until I get to like merciless. It's very unlikely that I'm going to do anything of the sort before that. I am, however, going to use a good amount of transmutes. I'll do the occasional alteration roll. Don't go too crazy. Just get something that's going to suit your here and now needs. Oh, I also have this. Let's see. As you can see, this is definitely not better than this one, damage-wise in the fizz, but I might actually get more damage. Nope. I am not, because the reason here is the physical portion, because I scale a lot of my damage with physical damage. So any physical damage I get will substantially increase my overall damage. So all this elemental on weapons is kind of like, yeah, not that great. It's not that great. But that's mostly for leap slam, and this is also because it doesn't benefit from the attack speed, as you can see here. So leap slam is better for that, for the brass maul, but my molten strike, however, look now, is way better with this sword because it scales with the attack speed as well. So all this additive damage becomes way better. Also with the elemental damage, if I was to use my weapon Ellie, that would also be a huge upgrade there, as you can see. So mix and match, try out things, upgrade your gear, get to know your build and what are you actually aiming for, and make sure you upgrade accordingly. Use the crafting recipes. I would really take like 10 minutes to read through some of these. There might be some in here that you've never thought of. Another thing that, especially when soloing, you wanna look into is these recipes right here. They become valid after level 60, I would say. Before that, I wouldn't bother because chance orbs is not worth the trouble. But 60 plus, you want to start accumulating these kind of items, as you can see here. But you can go in and read these, and you will understand why. This is the item level of the items, by the way. For rare sets. Then I'm also holding on to these because I know that bubbles are going to be hard to get, especially when you solo. You can however trade whetstones to bubbles, and we get in this league, because the ambush boxes, we get way more blacksmith whetstones and armor scraps, I've noted. So don't be afraid of using these, because you're gonna get plenty in this league. Normally I would say, okay, this is a very valuable resource, don't throw it away haphazardly. But in this league with the ambush mod on top of it, you get so many that you want to be spending them if it can give you a good upgrade. So. But don't just throw them. They're still valuable. They're still very good. They're one of the most important resources for early game leveling. Start grabbing those chromes on the ground, all that good stuff. You get a little bit lucky. Also very nice. And then I have a leveling guide as well for those who don't really know how to level. Mostly when I solo like this, I try and just kill blue packs all the time. I try and really high density areas, I try to clear them out and then just move on, progressing. I would maybe make sure to get at least 36 before Dominus to get flasks upgrades. One thing you really need to be good at as well is upgrade your damn flasks. Many people forget to do this. At 36, this goes, you can get a flask that gives you 600 over, I don't remember the over 8 seconds or something, but that's a lot of life. Like as you can see here, it's 50% more life from one click of your flask. That's pretty crazy. You also want to see if you can get an instant flask for those spammy moments. I don't have one yet, but I will craft one. One thing I've done here that is a mistake is do this. Anytime you get one, just use a dam. Boom. Stun recovery, also nice. You see, there, the flask is already 10 times better. It's gonna recharge 23% faster. So make sure to have everything, piece of gear in order here. It is gonna help you progress, definitely. So yeah, go in, check out the correct items you're looking for so you can craft the right items. Check out the vendor recipes. Make sure to craft in here. Right now I'm mainly using the weapon ones. There's also for casters, there's spell damage ones, there's +1 gems. +1 gems is very, very strong. Make sure that to see if you can't run the aura and the right links. This is also very important. A decoy for solo is very nice. Make sure to start leveling your items straight away. Let's see, do I have anything else? No. So that's it for today. If you have any questions about what should you do early game leveling, like what is your struggle, how do you start out, then leave it in a comment below. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.